Okay, so picture this. A journey from, the Bronx, filled with these huge dreams, vibrant music, and then, bam, a global icon, J-Lo Jennifer Lopez.
It's kind of staggering when you actually list it out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Singing, dancing, acting, producing.
Right, the sheer scope of it. It points to, well, incredible talent, obviously, but also this, relentless work ethic,
Yeah,
power.
absolutely. Really makes you think about ambition, how one person can dominate or at least make a real mark in so many different demanding fields.
Yeah, it's not just dabbling. It's like real influence, longevity, too.
Exactly. And it's not just about the fame, which is huge, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but the story beneath that is this constant, evolution, refusing to be boxed in.
Mm-hmm. That's what we really want to dig into today. This isn't just a celebrity bio, right? We've looked at the sources to trace that whole arc from the beginning right up to, well, now, the legacy she's still building.
Yeah, it's a fascinating look at how, natural talent meets this incredible determination and a real knack for seizing opportunities. Right. So our mission, if you like, for this deep dive is to kind of unpack those key moments, figure out what really drove this amazing, long-lasting career.
Okay, let's do it. Back to the very start, Chapter 1. A little girl from the Bronx, July 24th, 1969, New York City. That's where it all begins.
And right away, you see the influence of her parents. Coming from Puerto Rico, looking for that better life in the U.S., that whole immigrant experience, it often breeds this powerful drive, doesn't it?
Totally see that drive. And maybe not wealthy. Her dad, David, worked nights at an insurance company. Her mom, Guadalupe, a kindergarten teacher.
Right.
But the sources paint this picture of a home just full of love, full of dreams. She was the middle of 3 girls, and they were taught, work hard, dream big.
And the music.
Yeah.
You mentioned the vibrant music. Salsa, meringue, pop playing all the time. That seems so key.
Oh, absolutely. That's where the passion started, right there in the living room. Dancing, performing. It just ignited something.
It makes you wonder, that early environment, how much it shapes you. And her parents saw it.
Yeah, they did. They sacrificed to get her into singing and dancing lessons when she was just 5. Ballet, jazz, flamenco. They really invested in that spark they saw.
That's huge, isn't it? That early belief from parents. It's not just about the skills. It's about building that confidence, that self-belief early on.
For sure. Then, fast forward, she's a teenager, all-girls Catholic school. Actually pretty good at sports track, apparently.
Oh, interesting. Discipline there, too.
Right. But performing was always the main thing. Spending hours dancing in her room, watching old musicals.
Yeah.
You can just picture that intense focus.
And it seems like initially it wasn't about being, mega famous. It was simpler.
Yeah, just wanting to dance, make people happy, that connection through art.
Which makes that clash with her parents even more significant. They wanted the safe route college, maybe law.
Understandable, right. But Jennifer, at 18, after just 1 semester of college, she says no. I'm going to be a dancer. Full-time.
Wow. That takes guts. And her mom was apparently heartbroken, didn't speak for a while.
Yeah, the sources mention that. It really shows how strong her conviction was, even back then. A tough choice.
Definitely a turning point. And it highlights the risk, chasing that artistic dream against your family's wishes.
Yeah.
Shows real inner strength.
And those early days weren't easy. Manhattan, small apartment, part-time jobs, endless auditions.
The grind.
Totally. Getting rejected too short, wrong type. But she just didn't quit. That resilience, it's like the core of her story already.
You hear that a lot about the entertainment industry. It chews people up. But she saw every no as just another step.
Seems like it. That persistence paid off. Eventually, that first break comes. Backup dancer on a TV show.
Not the lead, but a foot in the door.
Exactly. A crucial first step. People started noticing her energy, her passion. It got her seen.
It's a good reminder, isn't it? Big journeys start with smaller steps. Get that experience, get noticed.
So yeah, big dreams, incredible determination. That's the foundation. Okay, chapter 2. Becoming a star, making that leap from dancer to actress.
Right, and that move to In Living Color. The Fly Girls. Early 90s. That was huge exposure.
Oh, definitely. Suddenly she's on national TV every week. And you could see it, the energy, the precision. She wasn't just doing the steps.
She had that it's factor, that stage presence.
Totally. You couldn't take your eyes off her. Hard work, too, nailing that choreography.
And while she's killing it as a dancer, she's already thinking ahead, right?
Yeah.
Taking small acting roles on the side.
Yeah, planting the seeds, learning the craft while still doing the dance thing. It wasn't like she just flipped a switch.
Seems very deliberate.
That's it.
Studying, practicing, watching old movies, by giving herself an acting education.
Exactly, dedication. Which leads to 1995, her first lead role, My Family, a drama.
A big shift from the Fly Girls vibe. A serious role, showing her range.
For sure. And then the game changer, Selena, 1997.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The pressure of that role must have been unbelievable. Selena had just died. People adored her.
Right. And the sources say she really dove deep, studied Selena's life, her music, how she spoke, even lived with her family for a bit.
That's intense commitment. Really wanting to honor her, do it right.
And she did. People loved it. Critics loved it. It cemented her. Selena made her a star, opened all the Hollywood doors.
Yeah, that film was massive.
Yeah.
Culturally significant, too. And it led to bigger roles, right? Anaconda, Out of Sight.
The Cell, yeah. Working with big names, getting box office hits. She was suddenly a leading lady.
And significantly, a Latina leading lady. That was huge. One of the first to really break through in major Hollywood movies like that.
Absolutely massive. Breaking barriers, inspiring so many young girls who saw someone like them leading these big films.
Representation matters so much. It changes what people think is possible.
Mm-hmm. And through it all, she kept talking about the Bronx, her parents' sacrifices, staying grounded somehow.
Which is impressive. But even with all that acting success, that music dream was still there, wasn't it? Starting to bubble up again.
Yeah, she started thinking, could I do this too? Could I be a pop star?
That drive again. Never settling. Okay, so acting's conquered. Next mountain. Music.
Exactly. Chapter 3. The music breakthrough. J-Lo takes over the charts. Even with the movie stardom, that urge to sing was still strong.
But people were skeptical, right? She was seen as an actress first.
What?
Like, can she really sing?
Oh, yeah. Lots of doubters. But she didn't let that stop her. 1999, she starts working on that first album, A Big Risk.
And the result was On the 6th, released June 99. Even the title. That subway line connecting her past and her future.
Such a great touch. And that first single, If You Had My Love, boom, straight to #1.
Just like that.
Pretty much. Instantly established her as a music star, too.
Yeah.
Right alongside the movie career.
And there were other huge hits off that album, weren't there?
Oh, yeah. Waiting for Tonight, Let's Get Loud. Absolute anthems everywhere. Clubs, radio. Her energy just translated perfectly.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing in music, was it? Critics questioning your vocals, comparisons.
Yeah, she faced that. But her response? More work. Vocal lessons, rehearsals. That same dedication we saw before, she just doubled down.
And all this while living under this intense media microscope, right?
Yeah.
Love life, fashion, everything.
Constant scrutiny.
Yeah.
It's amazing she stayed focused, honestly.
That ability to block out the noise, that's a skill in itself.
For sure. Then 2001, another massive year, second album, J-Lo.
Debuts at #1.
Yep. And get this, same week, her movie, The Wedding Planner, is #1 at the box office.
No way. Seriously.
Seriously, first woman ever to have the #1 album and #1 movie simultaneously in the U.S.
That's incredible. Talk about crossover appeal. Multimedia dominance.
Right. And this is when J-Lo, the nickname, really takes off, started by the fans, becomes her brand. Strong, stylish, unstoppable.
Yeah, that nickname stuck. Became iconic in itself.
Musically, she found this really cool blend, too. Pop, but with Latin beats, hip-hop, R&B.
Very distinctive sound for the time. Songs like I'm Real, Love Don't Cost a Thing. Often with big collaborations, too.
Yeah, Ja Rule, Fat Joe
Oh,
showcased her versatility, and she always brought her roots into it, singing in English and Spanish.
that was so important. Bringing Latin culture to this huge global audience. Such powerful representation, especially for young Latinas.
Definitely. By the early 2000s, she wasn't just a star, she was a global icon, selling out stadiums, winning awards, influencing pop music.
She really did silence the doubters, didn't she?
What?
Conquered music with that same drive she brought to dance and acting. Smashed expectations.
Okay, so she's conquered music, conquered movies. What's next? Chapter 4, Building an Empire. Fashion, business, breaking more barriers. Early 2000s, she's just everywhere.
And that interest in fashion, it wasn't new, was it? Sources say even as a kid in the Bronx, she paid attention to style.
Yeah, it was always there. Which brings us to that dress. The green Versace. 2000 Grammys.
Oh, the dress. Legendary. More than just a fashion moment, right?
Way more. It literally broke the internet. So many people searched for pictures of it.
That it actually prompted Google to create Google Images. Is that true?
That's the story. Wild, isn't it? A dress-changing tech history.
Incredible. And that seemed to spark her own move into fashion design.
Exactly. She launched her clothing line, J-Lo, by Jennifer Lopez in 2001.
And the whole idea behind it was making style accessible, right? Stylish, but affordable.
Yeah, especially for women who looked like her, who maybe didn't see themselves represented in high fashion. It opened doors for other Latina entrepreneurs, too.
Smart move. And then fragrances followed.
Yep. Glow by J-Lo in 2002. Huge bestseller. Then, still, live, she built a whole fragrance empire. Another massive success.
So she's not just the face of these things. She's learning the business side, too. Contracts, decisions.
Totally. Evolving from celebrity to, like, actual CEO. Taking control, making her own move.
While still releasing hit albums and starring in major movies. Made in Manhattan, Shall We Dance?
Monster-in-Law. Yeah. Keeping both careers going strong, showing incredible range.
And navigating personal stuff, too, right? Art breaks, all playing out in public.
Yeah, but she always seemed to bounce back. That resilience again. Maybe even stronger.
It's a defining trait. Been becoming a mom in 2008? Twins, Max and Emmy? That must have changed things.
Profoundly, you'd imagine. A whole new perspective, another layer to her identity.
Juggling it all. Then in 2011, she joins American Idol as a judge.
Which was brilliant, connected her with a whole new audience, a younger generation maybe, and people loved her on it. Kind, honest, inspiring.
Showed a different side, maybe.
Yeah.
The mentor role.
Definitely. So by this point, the J-Lo brand is just massive. Music, movies, fashion, fragrance, and this powerful voice, this message.
And what was that core message, do you think?
Be proud of who you are, work hard, dream big, don't forget where you came from. Simple but powerful. And she lived it.
Yeah, she really turned fame into this whole multifaceted empire, didn't she? Breaking barriers left and right, empowering others along the way. Okay, so where does she go from there? Chapter 5. Reinvention, resilience, and that Super Bowl moment.
Right. How do you top all that? But she does. Her ability to just keep evolving, stay relevant, it's rare.
Especially over decades in that industry. So late 2010s, she starts choosing different kinds of roles.
Yeah. deeper, more challenging stuff. Which leads to Hustlers in 2019, playing Ramona.
Such a strong, complex character, based on a true story. And critically acclaimed, right? People really saw her differently as an actress after that.
Absolutely. It got serious buzz, and the work she put in, learning pole dancing in her 50s.
The dedication, that discipline again, it's incredible.
Totally. Earned her award nominations, shifted perceptions, showed her artistry.
And then, 2020, the Super Bowl halftime show. The biggest stage imaginable.
Over 100 million people watching. Insane pressure.
And sharing it with Shakira. What a moment for Latino representation.
Huge. And J-Lo's performance was just fire. All the hits, the dancing, bringing in the pole skills from Hustlers.
Yeah.
Pure energy.
And that moment with the flags. The American flag revealing the Puerto Rican flag.
So powerful. And her daughter Emmy singing with her. Chills.
It felt like more than just a show, didn't it? It was a statement about roots, culture, diversity in America.
Absolutely. It resonated deeply. And she didn't slow down after that, did she?
Not at all. New music, TV projects, launching JLo Beauty, her skincare line.
Right. Focusing on that inner and outer beauty connection.
And still performing live tours, Vegas residencies.
Yeah.
Delivering those high-energy shows people expect.
And becoming more vocal, too. About self-love, discipline, finding balance. Really stepping into that role model space.
Yeah, embracing it. So after more than 30 years, she's not just a celebrity anymore. She's this lasting force.
Definitely. Her ability to keep reinventing, tackling challenges, it just took her to another level. It made this huge cultural impact.
Which brings us to Chapter 6, New Horizons and the Power of Purpose. Post-Super Bowl, she keeps going, but maybe with a different kind of drive.
Feels like it, yeah. Like it's beyond just personal success now. There's this sense of purpose. And 2021 saw that personal shift too, rekindling the romance with Ben Affleck.
Bennifer 2.0.
Yeah.
Which seemed to bring this sense of joy, balance. She shared that quite openly.
She did, and business-wise, co-founding Hustlers the brand, focusing on empowering women in work, taking action.
Moving beyond just entertainment. And philanthropy too.
Yeah.
Education, climate change, giving back.
Yeah, plus continuing to advocate for Latinx representation, using her platform.
And then back to music in 2022 with This Is Me Now. Sounds like a very personal album.
Deeply personal, reflective. Fans really connected with that vulnerability, that look back at her journey.
That connection with fans seems key to her longevity. Social media, interviews, she stays accessible. A symbol of resilience, really.
Totally. And then 2023 adds director to the list. The Mother directs and stars in it. Big hit, too.
Wow. Always pushing boundaries, challenging expectations, never just settling.
Exactly. Performing, directing, advocating. It's continuous evolution.
This chapter really shows that shift, doesn't it? Expanding beyond entertainment into business, philanthropy, personal growth. Always finding new ways to make an impact. Okay, final chapter. Legacy of the Latina icon.
Yeah. Thinking about the long view now, what's the lasting impact? It's way beyond awards, isn't it? She's a cultural force.
She really redefined success, challenging those old ideas about age, gender, background. Just kept evolving.
And her personal growth seems really central now, too. Sharing her journey, staying grounded, seeking balance, family, love, self-care, purpose.
Which makes her more relatable, even with the superstardom. Guiding her kids, showing second chances are possible.
It adds that human element. But the influence across music, film, fashion, beauty, business, it's undeniable. A massive footprint.
And maybe the core legacy is empowerment, especially for women. Speak your truth, chase your dreams. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself.
That feels right. She's lived it. Even now in her 60s, she's like this beacon of possibility, redefining purposeful living.
Her whole journey is just this masterclass in reinvention and resilience, isn't it? Keys to success, not just in showbiz, but in life.
Absolutely. It shows you can have multifaceted success, leave a real legacy, and still stay true to who you are, still keep evolving.
A truly remarkable story.
So as we wrap up this deep dive on Jennifer Lopez, here's something to think about. How can you apply those principles, that reinvention, that resilience in your own life? How can you maybe take your own deep dive into what you want, tackle those things holding you back, and create your own meaningful path forward? Definitely something worth considering.